Gemini, welcome to your 5 card movie star spread. I am traveling and I forgot to pack my deck that has the cards that label my videos with the astrological sign that I'm reading for. So I have another deck with me and I'm using the major arcana that signifies your astrological sign or correlates with. So in case you were unaware, Gemini, the tarot card that correlates or signifies your astrological sign is the Lovers. Isn't that nice? You could Google that and find out why if you wanted, but I'm not here to explain that. I'm just here to do the 5 card movie star spread this week. So, Gemini, you lost your poker face, yo. You lost that poker face. Okay, so this card right here represents you. Okay, this is the antagonist. Or I'm sorry, this is the protagonist. The antagonist is the next card. Um, this particular card represents, we call this the Wounded Warrior. This is each one of these wands that you've collected along your journey is a passion. And each passion that you've picked up comes with a responsibility. And you feel personally responsible for maintaining all of these things in your life. But you're tired. You're exhausted. You see, this guy's like wounded. And like literally with his last breath, he's picking up a staff ready to defend all of these passions and projects and everything. You're tired, Gemini. But it doesn't matter that you're tired because you feel that what you're fighting for is worth fighting for, even if it's your last breath. Okay? You're standing strong and you're holding on to what it is you really want. But you lost your poker face in the process. See, now the King of Cups recognizes that he is responsible for all of his emotions, and he has his little toe in the ocean of emotion here. But in the inverse, and normally the King of Cups is responsible for his emotions and recognize other people's emotions, but nobody knows it because he handles it so well. So the King of Cups in the inverse, connected to this Nine of Wands, um, makes me feel like everybody else can see, you know? Like you had a poker face for a little while and people didn't know how much you were struggling with this particular thing, or maybe people didn't realize how precious this particular thing was to you. But people are starting to see it and people are starting to recognize it. There's a vulnerability that's been exposed in this process of continuing to fight for what it is that you're passionate for. Okay? So you don't look like somebody who doesn't care. You look like somebody who is very, very vulnerable to this particular energy. No poker face. There's a lesson that you're learning in this process. And I don't know if that lesson is to let go of a particular situation or hold on to it. So it's going to be a little bit different for each person. But there is a lesson that you are learning. So any pain that you experience in this process is necessary in order for you to move on and move forward. Okay, this is about endings and beginnings. And when we do that, we really make the types of changes within ourselves that change how we move forward in the world, change how we function. We might reassess our values, you know? But there is a huge lesson to be learned in this, and you're just starting to understand what that lesson is. Now, the journey is the card of lacking. The fives are all about chaos. The fives show us the things that we don't want. That's why chaos comes into our life. That's the blessing of the pains, trials, and tribulations of life. And your journey card here says you're lacking. No wonder you're so defensive. Okay? There's some type of reciprocity that you are not receiving back. And because this is connected with the world, sometimes I would see this as not having faith that the situation would turn out. But because it's connected with the world here, what I'm actually getting is that rather than jumping into a situation with blind faith, you are actually going into a situation with a better understanding of how these two energies work and mold together. It feels to me, Gemini, that you're in the process of learning a difficult lesson, but you don't have A, vision, or B, the expectations of a particular outcome. It's almost like you've put in so much and now you're just kind of waiting to see what happens. And you're going, maybe I didn't do this the best way, but if I made a mistake, at least I can learn from it. I guess that's the overall feeling that I'm getting, is that you're in the process of learning from mistakes, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, see, there was an offer of resources or a plan that you had that was unfolding very slowly, and then it came to a screeching halt because there were certain pieces of the puzzle that you were missing. And as you gained more knowledge and understanding of the situation, you really started to see the other person or the other energy's point of view. So it's almost like you were given a little bit more information that changed the situation ever so slightly. And it makes you, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not giving you anxiety. You're not, like I said, you're not trying to control the particular outcome of this situation in regards to the other individual. Because this could be about a personal relationship. It could also be about like another group, like work or vocational. So you aren't trying to control the outcome of everything involved. You're just trying to defend yourself because you feel vulnerable in the process. So it feels to me, not only are you learning a lesson, but the other group or the other person is learning a lesson too, and you yourself are light years ahead of this other person. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, what the journey that you're going through right now is teaching you something. And the person or the energy that you're dealing with is also learning a lesson in the process. But you are going to come to conclusions faster than this other person or group. Gemini, I really hope you got something out of this because it feels to me like you're in the middle of this journey and the outcome is not yet determined. I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I really wish you luck with this situation. I will see you next week.